yogis, today I wanted to clarify Chaturanga, which is a difficult pose in yoga and one that is done often incorrectly, especially through the vinyasas and salutations, especially sun salutation B, because there's lots of repetition and we move fast through the different poses, which means we don't take the time to do them properly. So let me show you how I teach plank. The way I teach plank will lead us into a proper Chaturanga. So I'll take you through the beginning of sun salutation A. So we go up. On the inhale we go down. On the exhale we come forward. On the inhale lift up. And then on the exhale I will walk back into plank. Right now, plank is very important that in plank the hips don't go up towards what would be more like a down dog, right? The body needs to be parallel to the ground, meaning I need to really engage through the glutes and the belly and push into the floor through the hands and the feet. Now, if my heels are pushing back in plank, that's taking my shoulders behind my wrists, which I don't want. So the way I teach plank is coming on top of the tippy toes, so the heels are on top of the tippy toes, or even you're on top of the big toes, right? Meaning all the weight is in the shoulders, and then from here I can come into a proper Chaturanga. So bending the elbows, and then the elbows would be on top of the wrists, hopefully, and then go back, right? So it needs to be a very shoulder heavy plank that has taken the chest forward. You can think of it as the chest coming forward. I like to think of it as the heels coming on top of the toes, meaning the weight is coming very much into the arms and shoulders, and that will allow you to have the chest far forward enough so that when the elbows bend, they stack on top of the wrists. And there's a 90-degree between the upper arm and the lower arm. So, again, plank, the body needs to be parallel to the ground, pushing into the floor with the hands, pulling the belly, squeezing the glutes, and then I come forward to wash the hands, right? So my heels are on top of my toes. Keep everything tight, and then from there I bend the elbows, and hopefully the elbows stack on top of my wrists, right? And that would be your Chaturanga. If you want to try with blocks as something to aim for, you would have the hands behind the blocks, and I'm going to land the top of the shoulder onto the block. Same idea. I'd come into a plank, I squeeze the glutes, squeeze the front of the core, come forward, forward, forward onto tippy toes, and then I could land the shoulders on top of the blocks. This is a pose that works the whole body. The legs need to be tight, the core needs to be engaged, the glutes, shoulders obviously pushing into the ground a lot, and elbows bending back, right? When the elbows bend, they go back towards the back of the mat, and the elbows stuck on top of the wrists. So I hope that was helpful. Thank you for watching.